5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome to Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. My name is Susie Parker Goins. I'm a channel, energy healer, a guide. I upload it weekly. And today's episode, I'm bringing in my lovely friend, Mackenzie. She is, your business is Miniature Witch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm an intuitive tarot card reader, so I use the tarot to give you a reading, but I also give you a psychic, intuitive, spiritual reading. So there's a lot going on. I have stuff that comes in as I'm doing the reading. So yeah, it's more than just a tarot card reading. So yeah.
So you access spirit guides then? I mean, I do when I do any kind of reading.
I do.
You do? Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I just figured out that as I started doing my tarot, I would get things as I was reading the cards, because I would just read the spread, and interpret the cards. And then as I was reading them to the client, I would start to hear things in my head going, but no, tell Betty this too. And I'd be like, what? And that was more than just the card interpretation. So I'm like, maybe there's something more going on here. And this is just recently that this has been, I would say this has only been happening now for the last 5 or 6 years. It was like something opened up. And so it really enhances my readings. And I like that a lot, because I'm there to help the person. And so if I get more, then I can give them more. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I found the cards serve as a jumping off point, something tangible for a client to look at, the querent to look at. And you can say, well, there's this. And then you're right, the guide's compounding in at my head and say, oh, here, let's talk about that. So,
yeah.
So channeling to me is being able to tap into this intuition, which is part of our higher self, and our higher self is part of divine. So you just take that out and just say, this is us tapping into divine wisdom and transmitting it to whoever we're talking to. Now you use the cards as a way to do it, and you convey it more like, this is also what I'm hearing, and you're getting a message to somebody.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. It's an addition to what I'm getting from the reading. So
okay. So when I've done it, because I'm basically, I'm not lazy. I'm not always a slob. We're talking about a conservation of energy. I don't know. That's definitely getting out, because I don't know. When I channel, maybe it's that theatrical aspect of myself. I let the energy manifest through me, and then to help the person listening to differentiate between the energies. They'll either say who they are, change their posture, change their voice, change their mannerisms. And you've gotten to experience that too. That was, we've done some really deep work there. And I like that, because for me, I feel like I might put a filter on it if I sat there and listened to them. So I blurt a lot. So having the guides just come in and do that's helpful for me. So I don't get so in the way. They have more than once said, you need to back off, Susie. They'll tell me to sit, stay, good girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't embarrassing at all the first time. So your business name is Miniature Witch. How do you spell it? Because I know it's not the way I would spell it.
It's miniature. It's how you would spell miniature, but I modify the word witch to use the Y and the E, because when I came up with that, and it was actually a combination coming up with that with myself and my friend Kevin, because we were trying to come up with a name for my business as it is right now. And he actually kind of blurted it out. And I was like, oh my God, that's perfect, because I'm 4'8" tall. And I am very comfortable with my size. But what I found is that you would assume that because I'm small, I wouldn't get a lot of attention or attract a lot of attention, but it seems to be the opposite. And one of the things I've learned, I tell other people, is it does not matter what you look like at all, because I've had so many people tell me, oh my God, Mary, you may be a tiny woman physically, but you're not spiritually. There's just like huge stuff going on, and it hits different people differently and makes my life really interesting. So yeah.
Oh, good. I am really grateful that you were here to help facilitate this.
Sure.
Trying to sort out what we're doing. I liked it that you said, okay, Susie, stay with me, stay on track, because you know me. You know that I am like Adobe, just going squirrel, and I appreciate that. So what I would like to do tonight is to put you on the spot so you have some questions that I have not provided you, because I didn't even do that thought. But if you've got something like general questions, and we know that they're not going to tell us who was involved in JFK assassination and all that stuff, but I don't know. I just I've got Dragon wants to come through, and Gaia's happy to come through. She's always happy to come through.
Mm-hmm.
And we could kind of play spirit guide roulette and see if you've got somebody you want to have come through. Sounds like a party trick, though.
Sure.
They're all sitting over there with their arms crossed going, are you sure?
With me, it's more just, I have to be doing something and hearing something. My moon's in Gemini, so that means I'm always connecting with people all the time. Always, always, always.
Okay. I
am an introvert, interestingly enough, but as I listen to other people, that seems to be. I'm thinking of ways of moving away from the cards, and one of the things that I've observed is when I listen to other people, because I love listening to people, I learn so much, that this other layer is starting to form where I hear more than what they're saying, and it comes in as thought. But then I realize that there's a whole lot more to it if I pay attention to it. So, and all of that is practicing my focus, which is something new for me too, because I have to pull myself up out of 3D to do it. And so, I do have, I tend to, if I'm not working directly with a client and their spirit guides, most of the time I'm listening to the goddess and any aspect that comes. So she'll pop in and say stuff if she really wants to. So
cool. Okay. Well, let's just see where this takes us. I know you're very good at holding space, that you are just one chunk of, gee, that sounds awful. You are just a serious sacred space carrier. And I appreciate that. I find that allowing myself to channel around you has really produced some fascinating results and some fascinating conversations, even though they won't tell me what they are. That is one thing. I don't often remember what I channel, and I have now taken to say, I don't remember what I say, but I do stand by it. I maintain that what they say is what I believe in, or that I'm not going to renege on it in any way, because it's, yeah, that's not a place of integrity to go, nope, nope, didn't mean that. It's like, yeah, I did. So, guess let's just start. Let's just jump in. There's only so much overture we can do. Okay. Oh, lovely. The outdoors are working again. So, hello, Mary. How are you?
Hi.
This is Gaia.
Who am I speaking? Oh, yes.
I like
I'm
coming in.
enjoying you right now.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear and feel the earth all around in the springtime. Just, especially up here in your Pacific Northwest, it's always so not dreary, because it's me, but it it certainly affects those around us. So as you enjoy, what is your favorite part of spring, my darling?
Probably the birds.
Yeah.
I love to listen to bird song. I absolutely adore it. That and seeing the new flowers come on the trees.
Good.
That's really special. I don't was not originally from here, this area. I moved here 25 years ago.
Ah,
So I learned to really appreciate the flora and fauna way more than I had. And now it's something that I look forward to every year. The
nice.
springtime is actually my favorite time of year now.
Oh, good.
So,
This one wakes up to birdsong in the morning. Sometimes she just wants to throw a rock at them, because they do start quite early. And other times she remembers, oh, yes, this is a lovely day. So she'll relax into it. We love that birdsong lifts up hearts. And it's interesting to know how many different forms of birdsong there is. She has a crow in the neighborhood
yes.
who likes to squawk at her. Oh, and the Steller's jays, when she would let the feeder go dry, go empty. Oh, they would holler at her. She still can't talk to her dog, but she will talk to the birds. So being able to connect that way, because the music, having that music all around you, it's it's not organized really, at least not to a human ear, but there is so much joy in it every day. The same with the joy as the trees go springing out. I know we're beginning to sound like a Disney cartoon, but it's true. All that joy that comes out, the flowers. She's I find it interesting that when these plants come up, this one in particular will look and see what is a medicinal value for it. Are you very well versed in the herbals? Medic,
A little
medically,
bit.
as healing
Not as
remedies?
well as some of my friends and students. Yeah.
Good. You use them magically.
Mostly more on the magical end of.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because that
So,
is truly where it resonates most with you. Because let's talk a little bit
mhm.
about magic is healing in so many ways. Now, we're not saying we're doctors, nor we're not diagnosing anything, nor is encouraging anyone. She's making me say this, but we're not encouraging anyone to give up on their doctors. But magically speaking, the more at peace your soul is, your spirit is, the more it's reflected in your physical body. Yes. So, like with the energy of the
Oh,
vaccine going
yes.
around,
Yes.
the energy of the vaccine going around, it's
Mhm.
still, there is so much fear surrounding it, and distrust, and
Mhm.
oh, we're doing it because, oh, sheeple, such a dreadful word, and all that. And there are so many different opinions about it. But looking at it from a humanitarian point of view, it is this whole pandemic, it seems, is asking the world to pull together, to unify and in their vision of healing and health. And it brought so many things up, like a great big bandage being torn off of some societies, to see who's going to show us their inner child is uncared for by throwing a tantrum over seemingly insignificant things. It's been quite interesting to watch, to guide you through it. Some folks are waking up to it. Some folks are understanding, and others may never. Intention setting is tremendously important. Setting your intention to move forward. When this one was going through her chemotherapy and radiation, she was adamant in the language they used around it. And you could call it prayer or incantations or whatever. She spoke to all of it, all of the treatment to heal her. So she's still here. That's a good thing. Otherwise, I'd have to talk to you incessantly. Incessantly, all the time. So, let's see. So intention is good. What else would we like? Goal setting. People usually use spring as an opportunity to set goals, to set new projects. You do that several times during your calendar year. There's New Year's. Everyone has resolutions. Those last until about, oh, look, spring. And so people come through and set new goals. And then summer, everybody's going to work in to get to that whatever body shape they want. And then winter and autumn and winter are going to bake things. We're going to live a new life. And it all starts again. It's really quite entertaining to understand that we have so many opportunities to start anew, to reset. I think more than anything, when those let go of that self-judgment, I didn't do this. Oh, I'm such a loser or whatever. It's not important. You are trying. And I believe that's part of the human experience, is to strive to be better. Yes, there are times you're not fabulously wonderful. There are times you don't feel well. But it's that getting up again and striving to do more, striving to do better. That's the point, isn't it? Good.
I've spent the last 6 to 8 months in how I've changed, because this last year and into now is about change and transformation, and I want to pay attention to that. Good. There's so many things that I was not paying attention to. I was just running very quickly through life, and it was always about the calendar. And when everything stopped and I didn't have to keep that, then I started to realize, oh, this is about me understanding who I am and actually taking the time to do that. Okay. And setting the boundaries to do it too. And I wasn't doing any of that. And I'm very proud of myself for what I've done this year. And I'm feeling better as each week goes by. I'm feeling better and more clear on what I want to do next. So yeah, but I don't know if it's my age or what, but I'm taking my time. You know, I know a lot of people are just like, all right, got your vaccine, let's get back to the saddle. And yes. You know, I will, but there's also some things that I'm eliminating that I don't want to do anymore. So yeah, it's different. Things are different.
You mentioned everyone wants to get back into the saddle and they all want to return to normal. Normal wasn't working for them. That's why the pandemic came through. That's why you've all been sitting at home having
Yeah.
to face yourself in a mirror. Only yourself. Only people
Hmm.
are having to sit with themselves, sit with their families. The pressure, though, to come out
Hmm.
being able to build a boat that's seaworthy and all that is that's total malarkey. As long as you are able to sit there and look at yourself and see yourself for who you are. Yes, there are things you may let go of, people you may let go of, changing in your behavior. We hope certainly that people have adapted their self perceptions, looking at themselves,
Hmm.
finding new things to excite them. They've had to sit with themselves for all this time. And this one has gone places via this Zoom format than she would have otherwise have done. She knows people now uh, in Canada and in Oregon, and she would not have met them had she not been doing these online things. She may even be willing to drive. We won't count on it, but she may be willing to. She's over here throwing a tantrum and sticking her tongue out at me. But this another thing we find that using this virtual format, it helps to show people that energy is not limited to in-person exchanges. Even
It's
Reiki,
definitely something I learned. Yes,
yes.
definitely.
It's
Yeah.
fascinating to understand. Everybody talks about thoughts and prayers, and now those are getting a bad reputation because it's being used inappropriately. But to sit there and focus on helping someone, truly helping them, that does make a difference. So many groups have formed that are people with a concerted effort to send healing energy to others.
Hmm.
And it really has helped. Maybe, it may not heal that little scab on your head, but the hearts have been full and the hearts have felt this attention and love coming to them. And then we get to the point where one has to learn to accept it
Hmm.
graciously,
Yeah.
learning to ask for help. There's been so many emotional changes here. And of course, that's
Hmm.
going to result in some people not liking what they see.
Hmm.
So we encourage people not to be afraid to ask for help in any
Don't,
form.
yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help. That was something that solidly came in for me. I used to be so pessimistic about all of that. And I also didn't understand the power of gratitude. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And being
Understanding
grateful
kind of thing. Yes.
and
Yeah.
being grateful for the right
Is,
things, not being grateful sarcastically. Because
oh,
that's
yes. Yes.
that's right. Thanks, Obama. But all of those, yes, being grateful for things truly and sincerely is what shifts the vibration and changes your attitude and your energy so that you're becoming a magnet for all those things you truly do want. It will go
Mhm.
so far and it will go quite
Yeah.
far.
I think it helps self transformation, and that's where I see the benefit for me in this is, when I push past the fears. And I have some planets in my astrology chart that are just so stubborn.
You don't see.
And I and it's those places that I had to just look at and go, well, come on. And the technological format has been a really, really big one for me.
Hmm.
I think it's because I still hold down a full-time job, so I'm
Yeah.
at a computer all day. So being on this or on YouTube also, there's parts of me that are just like, that's overload. I just don't want so much of that online thing going on with me all the time. I want to go outside. I want to walk around. I want to listen to the birds. Let's circle back, you know. So
Yes.
how do we make all of this? How do we make parts of me all feel okay and compromise? You know, because I know that this forum is important for me to do what I need to do, but I also don't want to overdo it where I'm not looking at the organic picture too.
That
So
is
it's a
an
lot.
excellent example of self-care. It is easy to get your heart and
Yes.
soul sucked into this, and being
Yes.
able to take that break outside. Um, and you're doing
Hmm.
it exactly right. We realize that this is no contest. When people are ready to hear that message that you have, they will be there and they will wait and they will have that moment of ah, realization that this is what they need right now in this moment. So your divine timing is coming along. It's
Yes.
not coming along fast enough for other people, but it's doing perfectly for you. And that's what we find. We tell folks, oh, it's
Hmm.
going to happen when the
Yeah.
time is right. And they're like, but I want it now. Like, no, you're not ready for it now. You have a few more things to do. And then the inner child
Yeah.
again throws a tantrum because they're not getting it immediately. Um, the
Hmm.
energy flows both ways in the digital format. So you can take on other people's energies,
Hmm.
especially as empaths. It is
Hmm.
quite easy. Oh, social media, reading
Yes.
news. This one had to put down her
Yes.
phone and say, nope, not doing that, because it was truly hurting her heart. She has many friends on this on the internet who are very open in expressing their feelings. And she wants to reach out and hold them and kiss them. And so she has her candle going all the time, or any request for healing, she'll be happy to send it out. But she's learned also she can take a break from it. One person can't take on all of the healing that needs to be done, or say, oh no, I'll take care of that, and I'll take care of that, and that, and that, and that, and that, because then other people aren't allowed to come in to help. So
Yeah.
when one calls out for help, you're allowing other people to fulfill their sole purpose of uplifting and sending energy and love and to do that community building that is so needed. So there's no shame in it.
Mhm.
Most people beat themselves up. They think, oh, I'm so weak. It's like, no, you just need help. And that's fine. We all need help. We all need that connection. And this is the connection that we can do at this time is through this digital format. That's all right. Things are going to grow. Things are going to expand. The the joy will come back. Uh, Reason may fall by the wayside for a bit. But those who are conscious and aware of what is required to maintain a level of health, of stability, they will do it. That's
And
that's
I think they'll help others to start doing that also for themselves. I see a lot of that coming as people awaken and understand how to take care of themselves.
mhm.
That's something that I think will be really interesting to watch change. I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about watching people learn how to really take care of themselves because last year took them out of what they thought was a good life,
Mhm.
and it wasn't. And now they're realizing I could actually make a good life for myself. I'm beginning to understand what that really is supposed to be. So
True.
and that's super exciting to
Taking care
see.
of
So
oneself and taking responsibility for oneself. That is
yeah.
that is a very large step some people are in for. And it's part of the growth process. You can't
Yeah.
expect everyone to just take care of you. You've got to make it do your part. That's what this has been about too, is doing your part.
Mhm.
Bullies are being shown and people are doing their part to say, no, that's not acceptable anymore. It's been
understanding that your part's important. Even if you don't understand what your part is, you are contributing. You do matter. Whatever is going on is helping. I mean, if you're somebody with a good heart and you care, that's enough. That's a lot right there. So yeah.
to be a part of the solution, to making those
Yes.
changes, certainly those internal, looking at within yourself and seeing, oh, that's what I was thinking. Oh, that's what's wrong with it. Making those shifts. They're not always easy, but they are so liberating when they actually happen, when they stick. So that's what we're looking forward to seeing, is more of that growth. Spring is a perfect time for growth, and summer will happen, and then you'll see the benefits, the reaping, the rewards of it in the fall. Excuse me, this one's going to sneeze. So we're going to quiet her for a moment. Yeah, Gaia got out of the way so I could sneeze, and then she took the sneeze with her. What a snot. Okay. Okay. So what else? We want her back? You want anybody back?
Me?
Yeah.
I think we're good for now. Yeah, that
Okay.
was a nice little conversation.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Does she have any closing words? She says, yes, love each other. But you knew that. She doesn't always talk in cliches, but so it feels like, yeah, we'll have a meditation attached to this. And so Gaia will be talking. Well, how will she be talking? It's that moment of, oh, doing a meditation on realizing, of seeing where you are in time at this place, at this point in time, to be able to look on this man-made construct, this human construct of time that has been in the past and time in the present, time in the future, and to see it as a great big ball of timey-wimey, wibbly wobbly, thank you, Doctor Who kind of stuff. Oh, that'll be cool. All right, cool. Well, thank you. Yeah.
I had something come to me about this for these sessions. Um, I could just be the person that talks to whoever comes through. I'm really good at talking to people. So
I love that
yeah,
idea.
I'm happy with doing that. Yeah, because it'll bring out stuff from me to say too. So I would be happy to talk to whoever wants to show up and talk.
Sweet.
For these sessions.
Awesome.
Want to do.
That
Yeah,
would be
I could
awesome.
totally do that.
I love that. I love that idea. I want to do that. So all I need to do is
Kind
to
of an
settle
Abbott
on.
Costello thing.
Dragon is taking a little bit of offense about that. If he had hackles to raise, he'd be like, he's all serious. But yeah. So it feels like Dragon will be next. Yeah. I mean, it's, of course, being me, I see them as all going, yeah, pick me, pick me, pick me. And they're really not. They're all standing there just saying, take your time, choose who's next. Like, but it's funnier when I say it this way. Take your time, choose who's next. Lovely. Lovely. So thank you, Mary Mackenzie, for joining me today. I think we had a good time. I was way far out, so I don't listen in, but I have a very overall nice feeling of, yes, we're good. We did lovely, and I'll give you back your sneeze in a few minutes. Thank you. So this has been Susie Parker Goins at Blue Lightning Healing, and you can find me on the web at www.bluelightninghealing.com. Email me for an appointment to talk, to set up. I don't know. I'll fill that one in a minute. No, I won't. But yeah, email me at Susie P. No, where are you going to email me? At Susie, SUSY, at bluelightninghealing.com. And I have had the great and tremendous pleasure sharing this audio with Mary Mackenzie of Miniature Witch. What's your contact info, darling?
Easiest way to get a hold of me is through Instagram. I'm at Miniature Witch. So that's miniature, MINITUREWYTCHE. And you can message me there, get a hold of me there. And if you would like a reading, we can go from there and discuss something. So
sweet. Yeah. Excellent.
My website is on my Instagram page, so it's linked on the page, so you can go directly to my website if you hit Instagram. So yeah.
Yeah. The Instagram sorcery, I'm not very much the master of, so we'll have to work that out. But thanks again, Mary.